Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for tuning in for our back nine for our tournament here, DayZ doubles in Choctaw, Oklahoma. If you haven't watched the front nine yet, please go check that out. Here's our score for the first 9 holes. We are 1 over going into hole 10. And Jake, why don't you talk about hole 10 just real quick?
Hole 10, it says OB on the right-hand side, but man, really, even if it was an OB, you really couldn't throw through there. So really, it's just pretty much a straight shot right up the gut.
Yep, the only OB that really comes into play is if you go long and left. The gravel parking lot there is out of bounds. So I'm throwing my Discmania method mid-range here, just a 220 hole, 212-foot hole, sorry. And I really just turn over on that one, and it just sails out of bounds.
Yeah, you really gave that one its full flight. I elected to go with my buzz. I just wanted something nice and straight. I didn't want to mess with these trees on the right or the tree on the left. And man,
right about here is where we start freaking out because we thought you were running that.
We freaked out. I freaked out twice because one, I thought I was going to get ace, and two, I thought I threw OB because, like you said, the parking lot is out of bounds, and so we talked about it with our card mates.
You can see us talking about it right there too. It's like, was that OB? Is that OB?
No, we decided the gravel was the parking lot.
Yeah, they gave us this one, which we were very fortunate and thankful for, and took advantage with that birdie there.
Nice commitment on that, Jacob. You had the headwind kind of blowing in your face, and you did not fear it. You went right for it, and it was a nice birdie.
I know. Well, thank you. I was pumped. I was pumped to see that one go in. Here we've got a 270-foot hole. The OB is in your face, the road there in the parking lot, but plenty of room to miss it. You just kind of need a controlled drive here. I think I'm throwing my musket and just get into that tree, and it just drops right down. You can see, but it does land in the fairway and set you up to kind of do whatever you want.
Yeah, I thought you had a really nice look at it for your shot. I decided to throw something a little bit harder with my Thunderbird. I went to try to throw it, kind of flex it out on the right a little bit, but it kind of got held up with the wind, and I kind of soared it past the basket a lot further than what I actually meant to. But it's still on the green, not out of OB, so we're safe.
And both of our shots ended up directly behind trees. We liked to go with yours. I'm kind of putting downhill a little bit, but as you can see from the kind of going to one knee and trying to get around it, we didn't exactly have a great look.
No, you couldn't even see the basket from where we were at, really. And I just threw into the only branch that was right there for me. But look at the stretch on this one, Jacob.
Yeah, the yoga class at the local YMCA that my wife works at has paid off, and there we go. Nice little park job.
That was such a nice park job from where you were at. I love the forehand look that you went with. You get a little bit more distance off that tree, so you're not even worrying about that branch that I kind of smacked.
Just a little tap in. Yep. So birdie, and so yeah, birdie brings us back to even, and we get our par there. So sitting at even after 2 holes into the back nine. Hole 12 here is 330. I think it's a little bit uphill. Yeah, uphill shot. Got the wind at our back, so we get a little bit of help. I believe I'm throwing, my Dynamic Discs Raider. Game of Thrones fans out there, I named him Mance Raider for the King Beyond the Wall. And go for a little Anheuser flex shot here. Didn't quite get the full flight I was hoping for, but I was still pretty pleased.
I thought you had a nice shot of it. It was cool to see a nice S-curve. For me, I thought grip it and rip it, so I really tried to throw it hard. I got kind of caught up with the nose up on my disc, and it just didn't quite go as far as I wanted it to go.
Both of our drives ended up about 5 feet from each other, which was pretty cool, so there wasn't really a wrong choice. And here we go with our second shot. That tree is pretty much obstructing our view of the basket, so we kind of have to go around it a little bit. And for a moment, I thought I was parked, but it kind of ran off a little bit. We're probably looking about 15 feet where my disc landed.
So usually 15 feet, I feel pretty confident with that putt, but just with the wind today, I elected to just kind of go try to lay it up again. That way we could just have more confidence with our third shot of the day on this one.
Yeah, 15 and in should be gimmies, but like you said, definitely out of our comfort zone with the wind.
They're gonna see this video and they're like 15 feet. We haven't made very many inside 15 feet.
So this hole says 436, and looking at it now, yeah, I guess it is that far. I think I was throwing my star rate there really open fairway, wind at your back, but you've got that pond slash 10-acre lake, I guess it's a lake, staring at you in the face. So you still gotta have a controlled drive, but you have a little bit more room to rip it.
You can see I was trying to prime up the cannon right there.
Beautiful flick shot here.
Thank you. Just another, I kind of learned from this one to try to keep it more nose down. I learned from the past hole, and I was able to get the full S curve out of it, so that was just really pretty to watch.
Really good throw there. Our approach shot, we're probably, let's see here, about 50 feet out or so, and I kind of thought I had that for a second. I really wasn't trying to run it, just kind of tried to lay up, but I was very happy with that park shot.
But you can see I thought it went in, so I didn't have my disc out yet.
And you can see a little Billy cameo there for just a second too.
Billy was just such a fun mascot for the day. I loved having Billy on the course. At first I thought Billy was going to be kind of a nuisance, but I loved Billy. Billy was so much fun for the first tournament we were in. He was great. Here we get to talking about the proper way, like when you're this close, how far can you actually reach your hand in, or what are you supposed to do here? And there's your disc. What did we settle on? So technically you're not supposed to touch anything inside the disc, but you can kind of throw it in there. But you really wanted to test it by getting really close to the chains and dropping it in.
Right through the chains. Here's the scariest hole of the day. If you can land it on land anywhere, not in the water, just on the earth, you're safe. But you have to throw it over this water with a pretty crazy crosswind. So I almost hit the guy here in the gray. But I'm safe. Don't have a good look for birdie. But what are you thinking whenever you line up here?
Well, like you said, we have that crazy crosswind. So I went with my Atlas. It's a very straight flying disc, and I just really tried to throw it flat. And man, I threw it a little higher than I wanted to, but she just stayed so stable for me and just sat down so close to the hole. So I was just very, very happy to see that one. And then here, we had this right to left wind. I was pretty nervous on it. I know. Look at the shorts. And I just threw it a little too high. Let it ride. I had the wind in my face. It was in my head at the same time.
I hope you guys can appreciate how hard the wind's blowing. We still probably should have got this to go in, especially me seeing Jake's disc kind of get carried away from him. I tried to make an adjustment, but really kind of pushed it too much. Yeah.
It kind of turned over just a little bit, and that wind just kind of carried it up.
Yeah, I gotta hyzer that a little bit more next time and get it to dive in, and so it can fight through the wind. But I mean, we got par. We still have our discs. I mean, it's a win. Although we would have liked to have that birdie. Hole 15, 357. We probably should have got a better view of the fairway here, because we really can't see it. We're just trying to get it to hyzer back left into a headwind, and that star wraith I mentioned earlier is officially gonzo.
There she goes right there. I mean, if it was just me and you today, I probably would have tried to go in there and try to save it for you. But after watching what you did, I'm like, man, let me grab my overstable Ballista Pro, do the same. And I could not keep the hyzer angle. I threw it, it just kind of flexed back, went straight into the middle of the lake.
Yeah, Tim was very disappointed because he also threw into the lake before we threw, and he's like, guys, I showed you what not to do.
Why are his ace race disc?
He did, which was insane. Here's the drop zone. Yeah, good talk about the drop zone.
You got it. I love this drop zone. I think it's a great opportunity that if you do throw in the lake, you have a chance to make par with a really nice putt. But if you don't, I mean, you can still save, or you can still kind of save a bogey. So really like this drop zone on this hole, or on this on this hole.
Creative spot too, like between the two trees. It was really cool.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the fairway itself is probably 15 feet wide at most. So just a really dangerous hole, and a nice putt by you, Jacob.
Thanks. Yeah, you can see my wife was trying to you can see my wife was trying to distract me a little bit, but fought through, focused up, and made the putt. Hole 16 is a bit of a tunnel shot. 323, yeah, that's about right. So I'm throwing my musket here, just trying to get it to go straight. Turns a little bit more than I liked and kind of ended up in the rough, but avoided trees and was able to get down the fairway a little bit.
Yeah, thankfully you were able to get down the fairway pretty nice. Like you said, man, just the amount of the the poison ivy, thorns, and the berries on the sides of this hole. If you don't get it down the middle, man, it's not pretty. And I did not get it down the middle. Yeah,
played a little plinko off the tree. We were able to find that disc, although you it was in some tall stuff, but thankfully we found it. Have a pretty decent look for birdie here. Definitely farther than what I'd say we're comfortable with, but we're able to still give it a run. And unfortunately, I bank off the basket there.
Yeah, you gave her a nice run, Jacob, especially with all this tall stuff kind of in your face. I didn't think it was really in our way, but whenever you're over there trying to make a putt out there, it kind of gets in your head a little bit. So I thought you gave it a nice run. I tried to do the same, and just a little low.
Literally like half an inch higher, and that skips in. Both good.
I know.
Both good runs, but yeah, those are birdies you wish you had at the end of the day.
Yeah, we had 2 opportunities for birdies so far, with on 14 and now 16.
17's a fun hole, 263, so not too far. I like to go with the forehand here, throw in my Zeus, and try to get a little flex back to get it to go in. Maybe release it a little bit too high, and you can see I catch that tree, and it just dumps it right there in the middle of the fairway. Have a good look from there too, just outside of circle 1 probably, but.
Yeah, I really like this hole. You can either go with a forehand shot off to the left or a very stable disc going straight. I liked to go with my Thunderbird for the forehand approach, and I hit the line that I wanted to, a little firm with it, and just kind of went past the hole.
Yeah, you made a good adjustment off of my shot. You could see the difference in elevation there. He threw his a lot lower and was able to avoid all the trees and give us a pretty good look for birdie here.
Look at the wind on your face, Jacob, in this one.
The wind on my face?
The wind right into your face.
Yeah, I've got you guys can see the wind. It's a left to right crosswind, and that might be the prettiest putt I've ever made.
Absolutely beautiful. It just sat in there so nice.
Yeah, that one felt great. You said you told me to run it out right there, and I was like, oh yeah, I need to go get my disc. Finishing out on hole 18 here. The basket is up. You can't see the basket from where we're teeing off.
Yeah, so we're pretty uphill.
Yeah, and we're throwing downhill. You can throw it straight over this tall stuff right here. It's not OB, but as you can see it in the graphic there, you're probably not finding your disc, and you're going to end up taking a stroke. So I throw my MVP Adam putter on a little Anheuser backhand, just try to get it to run downhill. Didn't quite give it enough height. Jamie and Jensen are sitting there, and they basically said it wasn't a good shot. So that made you give it a little bit more. And
yeah, I tried to throw it more of a straighter approach straight to the basket, but I gave it just a little bit too much Anheuser angle, and that wind just kept pushing it down to that pavilion with all the other spectators. I say spectators, all the other tournament players out here.
Yeah, from the tee box, watching the wind kind of catch that, I was very concerned for the people.
Oh, I thought we were going to be in trouble.
Not sure quite how far we are here, but looking at a birdie putt, would definitely like to be closer than we are. Throwing my Zeus, trying to get us a birdie to end the day.
You can really see this hill now and just kind of see what we were up against. You gave a really nice approach, Jacob. You were able to allow me to be able to try to run it. I tried. I'm leveling it up right here, and it just didn't quite give it enough. So 2 nice layups from both of us.
In the day with the par, finish overall on the day breaking even. We got 1 under on the back 9, and overall just a really, really fun day. I think we were both super excited that we went out and got to play. First tournament ever, breaking even. Success all around, I think.
Oh yeah, for the first tournament, being able to do it with my brother-in-law, a lot of fun. Our wives were able to come out, just a fun experience. Everybody was upbeat, just had a good time slinging some discs.
Yeah, we had a good grouping. Andrew and John and Tim and Chris, they were all really cool, really fun guys. Billy was great, having the dog run around with us all day. You'll see a little montage with him here in just a little bit, but here's our scores. We'd definitely like to get rid of those bogeys, but 3 birdies, we're pretty proud of that. Probably left a couple out there on the course too. Could have shot a little bit better. Mm-hmm. We had some mulligans. Maybe we would have used them and brought that score down a little bit, but end up getting 5th here and 1 stroke away from tying for 3rd and getting us some plastic.
Whenever you sent me this, Jacob, I was so happy that we just did so well within our grouping. A little upset we didn't get any plastic, but honestly, just for the nerves for the first tournament, I thought we did really well.
I thought so too. So please enjoy this little Billy montage and some commentary by Jensen.
There's Billy. Just
one
doing
of
his thing.
one of the many trees that he marks his territory on.
He had a couple trees that he used that day. Oh, there he goes. This was my favorite part of the whole day. Billy was running laps, and what's his name, Tim?
Tim, yeah.
Tim was not having it.
So in between shots, Jensen definitely took advantage of being able to film Sweet Billy here.
It was my favorite part of the day.
You didn't like us playing disc golf?
You guys were great, but Billy was better. Billy was thirsty. Him's thirsty. There's Billy just getting a drink. He had his own special disc that Tim provided. This part, I think, just speaks for itself. I'd like this to just go.
You really got some pretty quality footage of Billy, like in the middle of filming us play around of disc golf.
He was
Like
a
me.
walking highlight reel.
And all the stuff that didn't make the footage either.
Yeah, there's some good stuff in there. He's got a little collar on, so that if he got too far away, Tim could shock him. Look at how happy. Living the best life. Billy was stuck in the weeds. There was probably like 20 more seconds of that before I realized what was going on.
I wish we could have got hole 18 too. We turned the camera off, but Billy ran wild after the round was over.
The boot scooting Billy.
This was the
Take it
best
in.
part of the day.
The best part. All of it was the best part. Oh, a great dog. Miss him.
The human highlight reel.
Human eye, yeah. Except he's a
dog.
He's a dog.
The best boy.
Okay, guys, that's going to do it. Jen, thanks for dropping in. Thank you to Jake. Thank you all for watching. Share this video with your family, your friends, and subscribe for more.